Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Cat Lady with me, Jezdamayel. I said it right this time. Instead of hello, my name is Jezdamayel and welcome to my video, Jezdamayel watching Jezdamayel play Jezdamayel games and Jezdamayel blah 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 blah. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing wonderful today. I'm doing good. I don't want to ask her about cancer.
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain.
She might not want to
Sometimes I
talk
even
about
like
it, you know?
But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of.
Fog scares me.
I got lost in a fog once, when I was just 9 or 10. I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
Freddy!
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
Oh yeah, there are.
Yeah? How do you know?
Well, that tastes good. I just got done drinking my tea. And I just had some of the drink I'm drinking, and they taste pretty good together. I've never seen, nor has anyone else. The only monsters are us. Maybe right.
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists,
Monsters are us!
arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or
Some of them
guilt.
have never been
They're the
capable of
ones
feeling
we should
compassion.
really be afraid of. But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant. You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it. There is only one way. You turn into a beast yourself, and like them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
My butt!
I just don't like murderers. They're nothing but
Murderers!
parasites.
Wow, I have to talk about the cancer. Okay. I might be 35 years old. Okay, I'm heading towards the big 3-6. Which when I think about it, I don't feel that old. Well, my shoulders and stuff feel that old, but I don't feel that old. There are times where I still jump into bed. There's nothing under my bed. There couldn't be anything under my bed, but I don't want my feet under the bed, so I will jump into bed. Like you did when you were a kid and you didn't want the monsters to get you. The floor was lava. I still fucking do that. It's okay. So, Big C, you want to talk about it? Hopefully it's not the cancer. I can think of a couple other words with C, like crabs. So, what happened when you got crabs?
So, the big C. Want to talk
Ooh,
about it?
ouch.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that.
But you did,
Put
bitch.
you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand.
Use cancer
This
as
is
a...
the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine. What kind of cancer is it? Do you mind me asking?
Lung cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer?
Brain tumor.
Oh.
Her name is glioblastoma.
Huh.
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia, sarcoma. Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
You might just be right about that, Mitzi. I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
How long?
4 months?
They said I had a year,
Oh. How long ago?
but that was 6 months ago,
Ah!
so... yeah. Not awfully long.
I guessed right.
Is there anything...
They've tried.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So am I. Do you want to talk about something else?
Nope. I want to continue talking about your cancer.
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him. His name's Jack.
The Ripper?
He's dead.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down.
I drink the tears
Not
of
happy
people who are sad.
stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I guess so. Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
Tell me how you two met. How did he take the news about your cancer? Jack made those pictures on the wall. Was he an artist? How did he die? Well, might as well ghost now.
How did he take the news
I'm
about
assuming he
your
didn't
cancer?
know he died before
I
then.
thought I was joking at
Oh,
first.
that's not good.
He laughed,
Lol, you have cancer.
and he got really angry.
I don't understand that.
I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. It was awful.
Well, don't tell
He
people about
smashed
your
and
cancer
stuff.
on April Fools.
His guitar of all things was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it?
He's sad?
I was absolutely furious. He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. He begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. I felt trapped in this strange place where nothing that happened around me seemed real. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
To be honest, if I was with someone who was with cancer and they didn't have long to live, I would try to make their life that was left as nice as possible. I wouldn't leave them. I'd be sad, of course, but I would be there with them and try. Because in the end, I want them to be happy before they go, and then I'm still here, And I would feel horrible if I went, oh yeah, you have cancer, I'm leaving you, and then I never see him again, and it's like, oh gosh. No, but I would try to make the person as happy as possible. Stay there with them. If they didn't want to do the treatment, it was up to them. Of course, I'd be against it if there was a good chance of survival, but if they didn't want the treatment, how did you two meet? Jack made those pictures on the wall. Was he an artist? How did he die?
How did he die? How did he die?
I'll get to that, Miss Ashworth. Let me just tell you more about him first,
Okay.
so you could understand what happened.
Okay. Sorry. Now, at the same time, I would understand if I had cancer and if I was with someone and they left me. It's a big burden, and some people can't handle it. And, I'd be sad, but I'd understand.
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch
Nope.
sad films, but I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog?
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
No, honestly, there is a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
Yeah, jumping spiders are my favorite spider, if you really must know. They're so adorable. I love them. I like a lot of other spiders, too. There's one kind of spider that scares the hell out of me, though, and it's actually a very safe spider. It's an outdoor spider. But they just look scary to me. But yeah, wow. The shit got real in this episode, huh? Tell me how you two met. How did he die?
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. A perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy. I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky. But all luck runs out sometimes.
Oh, how did he die, bitch? How did he die?
How did he die? How did Jack die?
Did he fall down the hill? Broke his crown?
It was so distant in the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly. But it eventually found him. Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know? About all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions. Everything, really.
Oh, sorry.
Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide. There's a guy there. Calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum.
Is that who we're looking for?
It's like a failed suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you. To listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait.
What a dick.
Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved. All thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you
Would
within
that
a
be,
couple of minutes.
bleach and ammonia?
I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong. Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn, 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. But I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. My head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to
Well,
get
you
there
did
before
sleep
it
the
was
whole
late.
time. You bitch!
But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was.
Oh, wow, okay.
When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But else there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day, I've never gone there again.
Oh, do I have to be her? I don't want to be her. No! No, 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 no. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Oh, pardon me. Music's scary. Oh, is this his car? Oh, wow. Poisonous and inflammable gas inside. I'm sorry, I think now I understand. There were signs on the windows?
Signs on the car windows.
Warning signs, yeah. I found on that forum that the Eye of Adam doesn't want any accidental deaths. So we posted this poster design for people to print. It turns out there's a whole sick ideology behind it. Fumes from the car could hurt anyone who opens the door, and that's not the point. The idea is to die willingly and with clear mind, to prepare for it, to embrace it.
Jesus. You'd think the police would investigate the whole thing. Sounds almost like a sect.
This guy knows how to hide. The police can't be bothered to make
He's a
it.
murderer!
It took me 3 months to track him down. Now I'm finally so close. I can almost smell that fire.
Oh, so that's the one we're going after. We get to kill him!
How strong is that gas?
Extremely deadly, it turns out. It kills in minutes. It's that stinky stuff that smells like rotten eggs, you know? At high concentrations, it can knock down an elephant.
Oh, I thought it had no smell. Okay, it has a bad smell. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I think now I understand. He loved you so much. He couldn't bear the thought of living without
He could have
you.
waited until after
And that
she was
guy,
dead.
The Eye of Adam. I'm not surprised you want to find him. I know I would. I'm not sure if I should believe that you only want to talk to him. But hey, that's none of my business. I wouldn't know what I'd do if this happened to me.
Good to know, but I really just want to talk. I want to face Jack's killer and tell him what he's done to me.
He gave you cancer?
You know, the funny part is, he actually told me where he lives. He wants to meet me. Would you believe that?
How come?
Well, this kind of thing he does is called trolling on the internet. It's usually a form of extreme bullying and psychological cruelty. Those who are clever enough say, don't feed the troll. Don't talk to them. It only makes it worse if you show any interest in them at all. And Eye of Adam is no exception. He craves attention.
I love attention!
He's a hungry troll who wants to
Nom, nom,
devour
nom.
as many hearts as he can get a hold of. I emailed him and told him I was a massive fan who loves his work. He wouldn't believe me at first. But trolls are always hungry, and I was prepared to serve him a meal fit for a king.
What do you mean?
I fed him so much bullshit that he really believed I'm a suicide preacher just like him.
Great. I wish he'd given you his door number, though.
It's all a part of some sick game he's playing. Sooner or later, I'll find him.
We're gonna kill him. What are those two chemical products? I bet they're bleach and ammonia.
What are those two chemical products?
Well, I'm not sure if you want to know that.
I get it. You don't want to tell me because I'm a fucking suicidal maniac. Is that it?
No, Ms. Archworth. No, I didn't mean it like that.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Maybe to some extent. Just replace maniac with victim and fucking with recovering. You've only just come back from the hospital.
Yes.
Whatever it was that made you do it, you proved you are capable of going through with it. I don't know you long enough to tell you if you're completely over it now. And the last thing I want
She
is
couldn't
to
kill
give you
herself anyway.
stupid ideas. It would be just like what the Eye of Adam does. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me. I mean, how could I?
What if I promised you I would never do it again? Oh, okay, that's why she said the promise. Well, this has been Jezdamayel, and I've been playing the cat lady, and we'll see you next time for another episode of this! Goodbye.